Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Darrell Lawrence here, Legacy Maker Sports Network. We're here live at the Siegel Center, the E.J. Wade Arena here in Richmond, Virginia for this A-10 women's college basketball matchup between the VCU Rams coming in here at 13-6 on the season as they take on the St. Louis Billikens, 3-3 in the A-10. We got a matchup here today. Ty Montgomery, how are you feeling about today's matchup?
We just got word that Tara Reid is not playing due to a groin injury. So it's not going to be easy for the VCU Lady Rams this afternoon. We're going to have to get some people to step up in this game.
And those people that I'm looking for to step up today will be Taya Robinson, the young lady from Huguenot High School here in the area in Richmond, Virginia. She's going to have a big game today that I think is going to kind of rest on her shoulders, but also Sydney Archie, who's also from the Richmond area. That young lady will also have to step up today. And of course, Danielle Hammond, who is right now first in the A-10 in field goal percentage. I don't expect anything less from her again today. But they can win this game, but they got a very tough St. Louis team.
Very true, and I agree. Sydney Archer, she's a sniper from beyond the arc. But not only her, but also Malashka, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's a sniper on the outside as well. So they're going to need her and Sydney Archer to step up in this game.
Well, we'll see what we get going here live from VCU. VCU Lady Rams taking on the St. Louis Lady Billikens. I'm Darrell Lawrence alongside Ty Montgomery. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am. It's Darrell Lawrence, Legacy Maker Sports Network, with my man, Mr. Tyrone Montgomery. We are glad to be here today to bring you the action. We got a pretty big matchup today between the number one team in the Atlantic 10, the VCU Rams, coming in with a 5-1 record, taking on the St. Louis Billikens with an 8-11 record, 3-3 in the Atlantic 10. Ty, how's everything going, my friend?
Everything's good. Pre-Super Bowl Sunday. So we're here taking on some women's college hoops this afternoon, and it's going to be a fun and exciting matchup today, Darrell.
Well, I'm excited to see what both teams can do. We found out right before the game, no Taylor Reid today, and that's going to be a possible problem for this VCU team.
It's going to be costly, but I think they're going to need a collective effort.
Well, we're going to see here in just a little bit as the starting lineups for St. Louis just were announced. St. Louis starters, you got Harbison, McMahon, France, Flowers, and Czars will be the starters for St. Louis as the VCU starting lineup is about to be introduced now. Starters for VCU today, number 1, Taya Robinson. Number 3, Madison Haddix Covington. Number 15, Sophia Pasha Grover. Number 22, Miss Sydney Archie. And then number 34, Nara Williams. Now, we talked a little bit about how good this VCU team and the turnaround before the game, Ty, and what type of team they were last year where they struggled. They just couldn't get it going last year, but they were young. This year they're a year older and they're playing way better than they did last year.
I think just being in a team organization, you need a year to kind of figure things out and gel, and things are finally starting to click for this VCU team.
Well, we got a very interesting one today. I think that we're looking at this game. X factors for VCU, in my opinion, has to be Taya Robinson. She's going to have to step up and take the load since Tara Reid will not be there today for VCU.
Very true. She's actually second on the team in scoring, just with actually third. I'm sorry, just under 9 points a game.
So we're going to see here what they can do against a very talented St. Louis team. And this St. Louis team has, in my opinion, one of the most exciting players to see, and that's Miss Carrie McMahon. I'm telling you, got to watch her last year a few times, and if you want to see intensity personified, you're going to get that at Miss Carrie McMahon. She's going to get out there. She's going to hustle and bustle, and you're going to get everything you want from this senior from Michigan. She's going to give you everything you need on that floor. So if you're a St. Louis Billikens fan, get ready for greatness because that young lady definitely brings it.
Well, Darrell, I think you just hit it right on the nose. She's a senior, so she has experience. She's an experienced player. She knows what it takes to win basketball games. And I think all teams need a player like that that's going to do all the dirty work and get all the hustle plays in for the team.
Well, you also got to watch out for St. Louis, number 2, Miss Carla Harbison. Harbison is dangerous. She's number 4 in the conference in scoring. She's number 1 in assists. You start to think of people like Russell Westbrook that are up there in points and then number 1 and number 2 in assists. We're about to get this bad boy started, ladies and gentlemen, and the starting lineups have been announced. You can hear the VCU band jamming in the background, and we're about to get some basketball action underway here at the Siegel Center. Legacy Maker Sports Network, glad to have you all here. So it looks like we're going to get Pasha Grover and Brooks, and it looks like the Billikens will win the toss. And Harbison over to France. Zars at the top, the big man getting it off quick here to get started. Harbison straight to the basket. Nice layup there, Ty.
Lane was wide open, Darrell. Easy layup, nice finish.
Nair Williams, who was one of the best players in the A-10 last year in turnover to assist ratio, holding the ball at the top of the key for the rounds. They swing it over to the far wing to Taya Robinson. Dishes it to Sydney Archie on the baseline with the jumper.
Such a soft touch right there.
Harbison up the floor here, gives it to France. France to Zars in the middle of the court as VCU has the press going early.
Little havoc.
Harbison back to Zars. McPannon being guarded by Taya Robinson on the far wing. Ooh, up and under. Ooh, nice move there by McPannon.
That's a veteran move. We were just talking about that.
Yes, and that's what I like about that young lady. She comes in there, she makes things happen. So Williams has it. Driving to the basket, right at the A-10 sign. Gives it to Haddix Covington, who a little trouble there. Good defense by France. Pasha Grover, ooh, and she takes a tough one, and they're going to call travel. She lost her footing on that one time.
Not a nice fall either. I'm glad she's okay.
And Harbison is going to take it out here for St. Louis. We got an early 4-2 St. Louis lead, 8 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Harbison at the top being guarded by Archie and switches off, and Haddix Covington now guarding Harbison. Once we told you before the game, 4th in the conference in scoring. 14.7 points a game. McMahon driving to the basket. Nice dish to Zars. Zars dribbles a little bit, pumps it back to the top of the key. Harbison, ooh. And good defense by the number 1 team in defense, scoring defense in the country. And that's the VCU Lady Rams.
Very true.
Excuse me, number 2 in the country, number 1 in the A-10 in scoring defense. And that's exactly what they do. They play extremely well defense, and Coach Bethel Boyle has done a great job.
Coach Bethel Boyle is taking a page out of Coach Rose from the men's side of things. Havoc defense.
Archie for the top of the key for 3, and it takes a little bit of a bounce rebound by France. France up to Harbison. Harbison has it, lost control. It will stay with the Billikens. I got to see France play last year in the A-10 women's tournament. They lost a tough one in that tournament, losing their last game for Jackie Kemp, who's one of the best players the A-10 has ever seen. And there's McMannon.
Good shot.
And she started off with 4 points so far for the senior. 6-2, St. Louis up. Haddix Covington has it on the far left wing. Gives it to Nair Williams. Archie driving.
Oh, tough finish.
Gotta like that. Nice play there by Archie. 6-4, St. Louis. 7 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. McMannon hands off to France. France to Harbison, calling out some direction here. McMannon inside looking for Flowers. Lost. Williams up the floor. Trying to get the press going back to Archie at the top of the key. Haddix Covington takes it, swings it over to Taya Robinson. Comes off the Pasha Grover pick with the left hand. And another tough one there for Pasha Grover. And that's her second travel call, but Not due to a lack of effort on that one time.
She's definitely hustling out there, Darrell. She's killing boards, and they're going to need that because they got a tough matchup on the other end against Brooke Flowers.
Yeah, Brooke Flowers is one of those players, freshman for St. Louis, Missouri. Is one person to keep your eye out for. Harbison up the floor, being guarded by Archie. 6 minutes and 36 seconds here on the clock. Here in the first period, this 8-10 matchup here on Pro Bowl Sunday. McMahon over to Harbison. Harbison, Zars on the left corner to France. France trying to make a little move on Robinson, and then here comes the pressure by Williams and Robinson.
They got to get a shot up.
Harbison, and another air ball for Harbison. And so you don't see that often from the number 4 scorer in the conference.
Tough defense is being played with VCU today, so they're definitely not making it easy for the Billikens.
6-4, St. Louis. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left as Archie will take the ball out here for VCU. Robinson, product of Huguenot High School here, the Falcons. A nice pick there by Archie. Robinson on here on the right side gives it to Olga Petrova, who's now in the game. Hammond also entering the game for VCU for Pasha Grover. Haddis Covington, who's replacing the injured Tara Reed. Gives it over to Petrova. Little step back, and that one hits the corner of the basket. Shot clock violation, St. Louis basketball. Harbison taking it out for St. Louis. 6-4 here. McMahon being guarded by Haddix Covington. Now in the game for St. Louis is Maya Clarke. She's being guarded by Covington. McMahon being guarded by Petrova.
Oh, good move.
Oh, try to get it inside, and I think
it.
they're going to say it's going to stay here, I believe. It's going to stay with St. Louis. Went off the foot of Haddix Covington. So Harbison taking it out here for the Billikens. France, sets and shoots the three. And it looks like Covington may have got a piece of the hand. No foul call. Robinson pushing it up the floor. Nice crossover move. Jump shot. Good.
Splash.
Gotta love it there. Robinson with the big jump shot. This is a 6-6 game, Ty.
Everybody needs a player like Tyra Robinson on their team. Someone that can bring the ball up the court and pull up and shoot it and make a play offensively.
So 6-6 here. 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in this first quarter. Flowers at the top of the key over to France, being guarded by Robinson. Nice pick there by Flowers. Jump shot off the back of the rim. Battle on the boards. And here comes Maleska. Maleska's going to be somebody to watch out for in this game. She's got a nice jumper from the outside. Robinson driving to the basket with the left. Goes up, and great defense there by Jordan France. Harbison up the floor. Kicks it out in the corner to Clarke. Off the side of the rim. Rebound, VCU. Maleska, strip. Good hustle there by Harbison, and here come the Billikens. What have you seen so far, Ty, from this St. Louis team?
They're hungry, man, and they're not making it easy for VCU. They're looking to take advantage of the absence of Tara Reed.
Almost lost it on that one. McMahon able to get it back. Harbison for the jump shot. That's off the front of the rim. Flowers with the rebound over to France, who has it at the top of the key. Now swings it to Harbison. And Petrova, Ogla Petrova. Guarding Harbison, and Harbison trying to make something happen.
Good play.
Trying to get the pick and roll there, Ty. Petrova up to Robinson. And Robinson swings at the top of the key to Maleska for three. Maleska, I told you, she's dangerous from the outside.
This is exactly what VCU needs, hitting wide open shots. It's going to help them out tremendously.
So Maleska hits the three, and it's a 9-6 VCU lead with 3 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock. Clarke being guarded by Robinson, and she moves it over to the right wing. France
looks
in
like
the
contact
inside.
was there.
Nice putback there, but I did see some contact on that one. Nothing called. Now it's a 9-8 St. Louis matchup here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period. Looks like we got Williams, And Maddox and also Pasha Grover heading back into the game here. Maddox will be making her first appearance as Wade Hammond in the inside. And that's going to be, it looks like they might have called traveled on her. So that is our first time out here. Scored 9-8 VCU tie, and 2 minutes and 37 seconds left. We've got ourselves a very interesting contest so far.
Indeed, we do. It looks like they're starting to trade baskets, but this game is really becoming a defensive battle as well. A couple of costly turnovers for VCU.
So right now, scoring leaders, give you a real quick look at who's scoring so far. Harbison has 2. She's 1 for 4 from the field. Right now, she does have 1 assist for the assist leader in the A-10. McMahon, she's got 4 points, 2 for 2 from the floor. And then you got Jordan France, who's got 2. Right now, those are the 8 points for the St. Louis Billikens. And then on the VCU side, Maleska has 3. Robinson has 2. And then, of course, Sydney Archie has 4 points right now for VCU. But we know that both of these teams come in here. Last time they met, an 88-84 matchup here at the Siegel Center. And I had the privilege to be here for that one. It was an absolute battle in that last matchup that they had here at the Siegel Center. And that was a young VCU team, Ty.
Yeah, and it looks like St. Louis has owned the matchup against the VCU Rams, winning 5 of the last 8 matchups.
Let's see if they can get number 6 today here at the Siegel Center. Want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to today's broadcast here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Whereas we like to say, it's no longer a dream, it's a reality. So we want to thank everybody. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, make sure you hit us up at www.legacymakersports.com. And we'll be glad to give you guys a shout out here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. And we're back to action here. I'm going to set the floor for St. Louis. Wilkin now in the game. France is still in. Harbison, McMahon. Now Chloe Rice entering the game for St. Louis. For VCU is Maddox, Petrova, Pasha Grover, Maleska, and Williams. 9-8, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Harbison tries to get into France, and the ball is knocked loose by Petrova. And Petrova guarding Harbison. Rice getting double teamed by Williams and Petrova.
Like
Petrova is she is doing the best she can. Ooh, and there's some contact there. Pasha Grover as Harbison driving in the basket, getting that contact, and she's going to head to the free throw line with a chance to take the lead here for St. Louis. 2 minutes and 11 seconds here in this first quarter. Now Harbison heading to the line here for St. Louis. This young lady has been phenomenal. We talked about how she's 4th in the A-10 in scoring. She's a freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, and number 1 in the assist column right now. And Harbison knocks down both, and St. Louis takes the lead.
You can see how important making these free throws are.
See, and not to harbor on something last night, but last night we were at the Richmond St. Bonaventure men's game, and you know what cost that Richmond team? Free throws. Oh, nice move in the inside. Maleska dumps it into Pasha Grover. It's an 11-10 VCU lead with a minute 48 on the clock. Harbison swings it over to McMahon on the right wing. Up to Rice at the top of the key. Now swings it over to France. France tries to get it inside to McMahon and lost control of it. Gathered by Wilkin, but it's going to go out of bounds and stay with the Billikens.
It was a good recovery. The lane was left wide open, and Olga Petrova, she just knocked it right out of her hand.
11-10 VCU. Harbison working against Petrova. Maddox, who's starting to see her role increase again on this team. Nice shot. Oh, man.
Good shot.
Great basket right there by Harbison. Now you see why she's number 4 in the conference. Williams has the basketball here for VCU, bringing it up the floor, 12-11. Oh, she was a tough pick there by Maleska. But great job by St. Louis coming off that pick. Oh, Petrova inside the Maleska. Cross court to Maddox. Maddox driving into the basket by the 8-10 sign. Good. Jalen Maddox.
Extremely quick on her feet there, Darrell.
13-12. VCU up. It's back and forth contest here in this first period. 45 seconds left. France takes it. Little hesitation. Good defense by Maleska. Tries to go inside and Maleska gets the steal. Great defense by VCU.
Seems like they switched it up there in the 2-3 zone now, and it's paying off for them.
Maleska tries to get to Pasha Grover. Takes a quick bounce, gets it back out to Williams. And, you know, you got to give this VCU team credit. They've done a good job. They got 3 players from the international side of the things, 2 players from Russia, 1 for Belarus, and they've had an opportunity. They've been able to gap this. Oh, man. You got to make that Pasha Grover. And that's up. And, she had plenty of time left. And she said, hey, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and toss it up there anyway.
But, better safe than sorry.
Oh, man. So 4 seconds left, and VCU's going to have a chance to maybe extend their lead here before the end of the first. We were saying VCU has 3 international players, and those 3 international players have done a really good job of, you know, translating their game here to the United States. Robinson looking, jumper, 3. Ooh, off the back of the rim, and that's going to end the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. VCU 13 and St. Louis 12. All right, everybody, that's the end of the first quarter. The score, VCU 13, St. Louis 12. Ty, we had a very interesting first quarter. What are your thoughts on that first quarter?
It was a tough matchup in the first quarter. It's only going to get better. VCU, they're stepping up without Tara Reid this afternoon. Let's see what happens in a second.
Yeah, I like what I've seen from Taya Robinson so far. Great job. Archie came in. She stepped up. She had 4 points. And it looks like they're doing great ball movement, and Coach O'Boyle has that team ready to roll. We'll see what happens here in the second quarter. Let's take you back to the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. Second quarter, 13-12. VCU up over St. Louis. And Robinson has the ball here for VCU. Takes the first shot and misses. And Pasha Grover just a little bit upset. Couldn't get control of that one. St. Louis basketball. Harbison taking the ball out here for St. Louis. McMahon back to Harbison, who's trying to break this press here. On the floor for VCU is Archie, Pasha Grover, Petrova, Maddox, and Robinson. On the floor for St. Louis, McMahon, France, Flowers, Harbison, and Czar. So they got the original starting lineup back in, Ty. McMahon.
They got to get a shot up.
A tough shot there, and I think the VCU faithful got her because she had 9 seconds left on that time clock. Archie, inside, tough shot. Ooh, no foul called on that one, but that might have been a great no call, Ty. Harbison. France has it here on the left wing. A great defense on that one. Harbison, France for 3. Off the front of the rim, rebound, Pasha Grover.
VCU's doing a pretty good job keeping Flowers off the boards.
And here's Robinson here from the VCU side in the middle of the floor, being guarded by McMahon. And this is going to be an interesting matchup right here. Old school versus new school, in my opinion. And she swings it over to Jalen Maddox on the left wing. Pasha Grover taking on the baseline, back out to Maddox. Archie hands it off to Robinson, who drives to the inside. Tough fadeaway jumper. No good. Great defense by McMahon. And Pasha Grover with a tough rebound there over 3 Billiken defenders. That's just a hustle right there by Pasha Grover.
Yes, it was. They all need players like that to hustle and bustle.
Petrova has it. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Another rebound.
Tough rebound there by Pasha Grover. Gotta love it, man. She's out there hustling and bustling, man.
They win this game. She's getting game ball.
Game ball. 15-12, VCU. 7 minutes and 53 seconds. Inside the Flowers with the right hook off the front of the rim. Good defense by Pasha Grover. Robinson up the floor here. Petrova has it, being guarded by McMahon. Swings it at the top of the key to Archie. Archie over to Maddox, who drives it in the inside and kicks it out to Petrova. Petrova then drives it and kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson driving to the basket. Spin move, right hand, no good. Gets the rebound, no. Archie's able to get it for VCU, and now they reset.
They're controlling the boards, giving them more opportunities to score and get baskets.
So now Jalen Maddox has it for VCU. Drives and dribbles
Good
across
pass.
the court. Oh, Pasha Grover got it. And she's pumped.
And one. The crowd is loving it, Darrell.
I'm going to tell you what, that was a really nice backdoor pass there. And then when you thought she was going to take the shot, Robinson said, no. I got my 6'6" center ready to take the jumper. 17-12 VCU.
And that's something that a lot of kids can take today in basketball. Making the extra pass pays off.
So Pasha Grover's going to head to the line. She's got 6 points so far, 3 for 4 from the field, and she makes the free throw. She has 7 points, 5 rebounds right now for Pasha Grover.
Getting a well-deserved rest now. She's replaced by Danielle Hammond.
And now see Hammond, who leads the A-10 in field goal percentage. She is tough in the inside, so you just got a problem. You get one problem, and you got another problem coming in. 18-12 VCU. Harbison has it, guarded by Robinson. Top of the key, swings it over to McHannon. McHannon over to Rice, who's now in the game. Gets it inside.
Good defense.
To Wilkin, who's also in the game for St. Louis, is blocked. And here comes VCU on the break. Williams inside. Ooh, lost control of it. Oh, Haddix Covington couldn't bring it in. Here comes the Pelicans. Harbison up the floor. Oh, kicks it out to McHannon. McMahon, ooh, nice little pump fake by Rice. Ooh, and that one rattled out. Rebound by Hammond. Got to like Hammond coming in, getting those tough rebounds.
Just like you said, one problem is replaced with another.
Robinson driving to the basket with the left, kicks it out to Haddix Covington. Archie, free throw, jump shot, no good. Battling down low, and here's Hammond, the 6'5" center herself. Archie, right side, got it! Great job there by Sydney Archie. And Archie, that's her 6th point of the game. And St. Louis trying to get things together. They had a little conference there. Got a little heated there. Looks like the senior just trying to get that team pumped up. And we've got a timeout. What a way to go into a timeout. VCU on a 7-0 run to start this second quarter. 6 minutes and 7 seconds. What do you like that you've seen from this VCU team at the beginning of this second quarter?
I like the energy that they came out with, Darrell. They're getting to the free throw line. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. And Coach O'Bell has to be proud of her girls this afternoon.
She has to be. And Archie, we talked about before the game, Archie was going to have to be one of the players that stepped up. And Archie has stepped up tremendously. She's coming in. She's 3 for 6 from the field. She's got 6 points. She's got 2 rebounds. She's going to head to the free throw line and see what she can do here to extend this to a 9-point lead and make it an 8-0 run for VCU. And so I like what I've seen. But if you're St. Louis, Ty, what are you telling, if you're Coach Stone right now, what are you telling your ladies?
You got to slow this game down. The tempo is in favor of VCU, and you just got to bang down low. VCU's getting way too many offensive rebounds right now.
And see, that's what I got to agree with. Right now, if you look at the rebounding differential, it's 16-8 VCU right now. And if you're the Billikens, you've got to find a way to get Flowers down there. You got to get Czars down there. You got to get those ladies in there, toughen the boards with Hammond and Pasha Grover, because Pasha Grover has played tough so far in this first half. So you got to like what you've seen from VCU. And if you're St. Louis, you're not out of it by far.
Still plenty of game action left. We're still in the first half. This game is far from over.
Definitely far from over. And it looks like we're going to get back to play here. And I'm telling you, man, I like what I've seen so far, just on both ends. Good basketball game here on Pro Bowl Sunday. Or if you're a wrestling fan, Royal Rumble Sunday. It coincides the same. I'll be watching both today.
So that brings me to this question, Darrell. Did the New Orleans Saints, did they get robbed last Sunday?
They should have never been in the position. That's what I've been trying to tell myself, even though I picked the Saints. We both picked the Saints to go to the Super Bowl. They ruined everything. But it's all good. I mean, it is what it is. The opportunity was there. They couldn't make it happen. We got a good Super Bowl, man. I think it's coming full circle for Tom Brady here. This might be the last time we see Tom Brady. Just an opinion. We'll see. Archie to the line. Got it. 7 points for Sydney Archie. And we've got a 21-12 VCU lead. 8-0 run for the Lady Rams. And Chloe Rice bringing it up the floor, the freshman from Marion, Iowa. France over to Rice. Now in the game is Tasia Jeffries, number 14. She is in the game for St. Louis as Harbison drives with the left, and it just couldn't fall. And here comes Nair Williams up the floor, past the Haddix Covington in the left corner, and she drives to the basket and misses.
Another rebound.
Oh, she gets the rebound, but great defense there by Rice. Strips it from Hammond, and here come the Billikens. Jeffries over to Harbison. France for three, and that rattles out. Rebound by Covington.
VCU is looking to set up.
Haddix Covington got the good rebound on that one. 21-12. She hands it over to Maddox. Down low to Hammond, and that's going to be an, what are they calling here? And that one goes against Flowers, but I'll be honest with you, Ty. I think that one probably should have went against Hammond. It looked like she pushed her first.
As we were just talking about the Saints and the Rams, sometimes the refs miss a few things.
It happens.
It happens.
So Williams passes it in to Haddix Covington. Maddox at the top of the key. It was over to Haddix Covington here on the right wing. Thought about giving it to Archie, changed her mind. Hammond over to Maddox. Maddox has it at the elbow, gives it inside. Hammond trying to make a move. Good defense there by Flowers, and Jeffries is able to get the ball here for St. Louis. 21-12, 4 minutes and 33 seconds left here in this second period.
They need a basket.
Most definitely. 21-12. McMahon calling out directions, trying to get something going here. The senior gives it over to her fellow senior, and a nice jump shot there by Jordan France. She's tough, man. She's been hustling and bustling this entire game. 21-15, ending that 8-0 run there by VCU. 3 minutes and 58 seconds on the clock. Maddox gives it over to Hammond. Good defense there by France. Getting the hand in Hammond's face, and they kick it back to Maddox. Now over to Williams. Williams driving to the basket, kicks out to Maddox. Maddox takes it to the A-10 side, stripped. Chloe Rice with the strip there by St. Louis. Jeffries swings it to McMahon, back to Jeffries. The left-hander for the three, no good. Rebound, Flowers inside, and she got it.
They needed some energy off the team, and Flowers delivers. She's leading the team in rebounds, so nice offensive rebound right there.
Great job there by Flowers, getting her first 2 points of the game, but now she's got an opportunity to head to the line for a 1-on-1 situation, and that 8-0 VCU run has almost disappeared just like that.
That's the game of basketball, Darrell. You can have a lead 1 minute, the next minute is completely gone.
So Flowers is going to go to the free throw line. We got a few substitutions coming in. And now in the game for VCU is Pasha Grover, Petrova, Archie, Williams. It looks like Maleshka's about to make her way in. Flowers, Harbison, Rice, McMahon, and Jeffrey still on the floor for St. Louis. And she misses off the back of the rim. Next battle there, great hustle by Rice. McMahon takes it, and St. Louis has the basketball with a chance to make this maybe a 2 or 1 point game. Pasha Grover, great defense.
As soon as she's back in the game, things go their way again.
She's having a great game so far. 21-17, VCU up.
Ty is back in the game as well, much needed.
Driving to the basket. Hustle.
And
got
one.
it. Oh, man. Taylor Robinson getting a little love from the teammates there. And Robinson will now head to the line. That's her 4th point of the game. But she's 1 for 7 from the field right now. Or, 2 for 7 from the field right now. And a little bit of a struggle for Robinson at the beginning. But she still has found a way to contribute in different ways so far for VCU.
Yeah, exactly, Darrell. I don't think it's all about scoring for this team right now. Missing Tara Reid. They're going to need Robinson to step up in more than one way for this team.
Yeah, she has done a good job of penetrating the basket and kicking the ball out. Done a great job for VCU on that end. 23-17, VCU, 2 minutes and 54 seconds before halftime. And the Billikens trying to close in on that lead. McMahon has it, swings it back to Harbison on the right wing, driving to the basket, pull-up jumper on the baseline, and she got it. Nice move there by Harbison.
Nice roll in. That tells you got to follow through with your shots.
Yeah, Kasia has done a great job in this game. Ooh, nice little move there by Williams. A little bit of a pump step. Ooh, and Ogla Petrova, a little pump fake, dribbles to the elbow, knocks it in for VCU. 25-19. Over to Rice, being guarded by Maleshka. Maleshka, pretty solid defense on Rice there. McMahon over to Harbison.
Flowers is calling for it.
Oh, Rice for three, and that's going to hit off the left side of the rim, but a great rebound there by McMahon. As a senior, just finding a way. Hands it at the top, hands it off to Harbison. Harbison back to McMahon at the top. And now she's taking it, slowing it down. Minute 38 left, tie here in this first half. Harbison, jump shot from the left elbow. No good, rebound, Petrova. Williams up the floor, slicing. Oh, kicks out to Taya Robinson for three. Robinson from downtown Richmond.
What a play. What a play. They needed a basket to stretch this lead, get the momentum back. Nia got it right to the hot hand, Taya Robinson.
So we got a 9-point lead as Robinson has kicked it up a notch here in this last few minutes for this VCU Lady Rams team. Rice for three, and that's an air ball. Rebound by Flowers, though. Great job and good hustle there by Flowers. And gives it to McMahon at the top of the key. She drives it, kicks it out to Rice. Rice, a little bit of a pump fake.
Oh.
Woo! And Robinson with the block.
What a block.
Williams up the floor. And then she's going to slow it down and then slow things down. And
Under a minute to go here.
And that's what we talked about with Robinson, man. She's just a ball player. You know, she does a little bit of everything. To the basket, kicks it out to Robinson. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Robinson able to get it back. Williams inside the Pasha Grover. Inside to Robinson, and the teardrop. It's a 30-19 game. I love what I've seen for Robinson in his last few minutes.
She's definitely stepped up this afternoon.
30-19, and Flowers and Pasha Grover battling down low. Jeffries for three. Ooh, the smooth hand. I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing like a left-hand jump shot. And Tasia Jeffries hits the three before the end of the half. We go into halftime. The score, VCU 30, St. Louis 22. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is halftime. The score, VCU 30, St. Louis 22. We've had a very festive first half tie. It has been a great game all the way through, and it seems like different players have stepped up for this VCU team. What are your thoughts on that first half?
It's a tale of two quarters here, Darrell. Rebounding will get you far in life and basketball. and we've seen it. The Billikens, they struggled to rebound, to grab those boards in the first quarter, and they delivered in the second quarter. And it didn't quite get them right where they would like to be at, but they chunked away into that deficit that they were facing.
Well, they're in a good spot because it's at the end of the first quarter, it was 13-12. VCU goes on that 8-0 run, and St. Louis fights right back, gets it to a 4-point game, and then VCU cranked it right back up due to Taya Robinson, and what a great half that she had there in that last bit. So right now, VCU continues to thrive. They continue to do things. We're getting a little bit of stats here, so we'll go ahead and hook you up with some stats we got here from the first quarter. So far, Harbison has 8 points. France has 5, and McMahon has 4 for this St. Louis team. As Jeffries, she hit a 3 right before the half, and Flowers has 2. On the VCU side of things, you got Robinson at 9. She's 4 from 10 from the field. You got Pasha Grove and Archie both kicking in with 7, and Petrova with 2, Maleshka 3, and Maddox 2. But we talked about how they needed to step up without Tara Reid, and they've done just that.
They have, Darrell, and Sydney and I have a hard time. How do you pronounce that?
Was that Maleshka?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
They definitely been delivering, Darrell, and they're going to need to do the same thing in the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Darrell Lawrence. This is Ty Montgomery. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a little bit. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter action about to get underway. The original starters are back in the games for both teams. For VCU, Archie Robinson Haddix, Covington, Pasha Grover, and Williams. In for St. Louis is Zars, France, Flowers, Harbison, and McHannon. And France gets this one started with a miss from three-point land. And here come the VCU Rams. Robinson has it at the top, gives it over to Archie. Archie gives it to Williams, who drives into the paint.
Took that.
Yeah, nice. She should have had an opportunity. And, ooh, that's a rough one there for Archie to get started. St. Louis basketball. 30-22. 9 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. If I'm St. Louis, I want to get off to a good start here, Ty.
Yeah, you do. You got to start this half off on the right foot.
Harbison trying
There's
to get it.
basket.
Oh, nice job there by Flowers.
They probably should look to her a little bit more this second half.
I agree with you. I think that Flowers is going to have to, show her dominance inside or try to create a dominance inside for St. Louis. Haddix, Covington for three, and falling, and that one hits off the front. And here come the Billikens. Harbison over to Zars. Zars of France. France over to McMahon. Gives it to Harbison in the left wing. Zars, left corner, out to McMahon at the top of the key. And then hand off to Harbison. Harbison trying to drive to the basket, and we've got a foul that's going to go underneath the basket. So 30-24.
I think the Billikens should try to look to get Carrie McMahon the ball a little bit more in this second half.
Yeah, she got the game started off on the right foot, with the first 2 or 3 baskets for St. Louis, and we haven't really heard that much from her since then on the offensive side of things. And France misses the 3, rebound VCU. Up the floor to Haddix, Covington, great pass, and she got it.
One.
And that's how you started off.
And the crowd is loving it. You see Tara Reid on the bench cheering on her teammates in her absence.
I tell you what, if you are a VCU fan, this has got to make you smile. Tara Reid's going to more likely be on that first to second team Atlantic 10 team. And who knows, maybe even, conference player of the year, who knows. And for you to come in here and still handle things is a good deal. And Haddix Covington misses the free throw, rebound by Zars. Harbison over to Zars. Zars at the top of the key. Hands off to France. Here on the right wing to Harbison. McHannon. Over to Harbison being guarded by Robinson. Robinson, it's hard to get past Robinson. She's got a long wingspan. And, playing defense on her is like having to deal with Dennis Rodman. you know you're going to go into a fight. you got, you're going to have a tough challenge on your hands. And she's just so long.
And you can't even counteract it either. I mean, if you try to post her up, she's pretty tough and strong down low, too. So
32-24, VCU up by 8, 7 minutes and 54 seconds. And there's Zars with the 3. I think her foot might have been on the line, but that just might have been me. Driving to the basket.
Good pass.
Archie.
Good pass. She couldn't finish, but good pass.
Hammond you got to make that if you're Hammond. And we talked about her being number 1 in A-10 in field goal percentage. So that's a rarity. You don't see her miss that type of shot often. And 32-27, but a great pass by Archie. Archie has it, being guarded by Zars. Drives to the basket, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. And I like the start that St. Louis has gotten on here. A little bit more aggressive time. Seems like they're ready to make this a very tight ball game from beginning to end.
They remind me of the Memphis Grizzlies of the NBA, a tough, scrappy team that's never out of the game.
So, nice pass there by Haddix Covington. Oh, she couldn't get it. A little bit of a toilet bowl effect on that one time. And it rolls out for Hammond. She'll head to the free throw line. And she knows it. She's got a smile on her face. She's like, man, I had that. 7 minutes, 25 seconds. VCU headed to the line. And Danielle Hammond will head to the line here for VCU. Hammond, the 6'4" junior center from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. makes the first one, 33-27. Hammond looking to knock number 2 down, got it. And so 34-27, VCU. McMahon has it in control of the tempo here for the Billikens. Calling out some direction, being guarded by Haddix. Covington swings at the top of the key to Urbison. Being guarded by Williams. Now over to Zars. She's got Taya Robinson on her. Now back to France. Nice ball movement here by St. Louis, trying to find that opening. Gives it down low to Flowers. Ooh, nice up and under, and couldn't finish, Ty. Couldn't finish. 34-27 as Williams brings it up the floor. Past the.
There she is.
Another
finish again.
Right, another great defensive move there by Flowers. And Flowers is having a great third quarter so far. I think Coach Stone might have had a little conversation with Flowers at halftime.
Seems that way. They needed to get her more involved, and it's starting to pay off for them in this third period.
Harbison using her.
Oh! She's loving it.
Oh, man. Nice move there.
Sure to fire up the team now.
But Kaiser. Harbison, and she's going to head to the free throw line. This is a 5-point game. Harbison going to go to the line here. A chance to make this a 4-point game, and she does.
VCU needs to be very careful. She's the leading scorer for that team. And if she gets off to a hot start in this third quarter, it could be dangerous.
She's got 11 points so far in this game. 4 for 10 from the field. And she's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. There's Urbison. Robinson driving. Oh, and she couldn't get it. Rolls off the front of the rim. Nice little move to the basket. Couldn't get it going. And that's going to go to the Billikens. And Maddox not thrilled about what happened there.
Call got reversed.
Oh, well, man, looks like she was able to convince the ref, hey, wait a minute, I didn't do this. And VCU basketball, 34-30. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the third period. Maddox driving, being guarded by McHannon. Petrova, who's now in the game, along with Maddox for VCU. They get it inside to Hammond, and she's fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line again.
VCU is spending a lot of time at this free throw line here in the second half, and they have to take advantage of these free shots.
Yes, they do. I agree with you 100%. Hammond, who made her first 2 free throws, is now heading to the line. And she makes number 3. I'm a little lost here. I think that the scoring might be a little bit off here at the Siegel Center, because she definitely made 2 free throws before now, and they're saying that she's got 1 point. Somebody needs to correct that. And she makes she makes her 4th one, and she's 4 for 4.
I'm sure she'll look at the stat sheet and she'll
gonna let she's gonna let somebody know about it. I know I scored those points. So Pelicans bring it up the floor, 36-30, 5 minutes, 34 seconds. Wilkins now in the game. Harbison kicks it out to France for the jumper that decides to go in. Took a few bounces off the rim and goes in. 32-30, 36-32 VCU.
Harbison's doing it all. She's not only looking to score, but get her teammates involved as well.
Up, handoff there to Petrova, a little move. A little bit of a move going. That was going to roll off the rim. Rebound, St. Louis.
Looking to push.
Harbison over to McMahon. Jeffries kicks it back to France for 3. That hits off the left side of the rim, and also played by McMahon.
What do you know?
Gets the rebound, and St. Louis gets another opportunity.
That goes to show you, Darrell, it's not always about the stat sheet, but it's the little plays that count that can cost you a win or a loss in a game.
So 36-32, VCU up by 4. Coach Stone barking out directions on the sideline, trying to get things rolling here for her team. Nice little move there, but great defense by VCU. The ball is short after a block, and here come the Lady Rams. Archie over to Robinson. Robinson, nice little move.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, man. And Hammond had an opportunity.
You got to love the ball movement there.
I do. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I really thought she had a really good chance at that one. But that's like the third time in this game we've seen great ball movement on both ends. You had the little behind back pass early in the first half, and then just now we got that one nice sequence of plays there for VCU. But now they got a chance to go to the line here with the score 36-32.
A glimpse of the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs. They know how to share the rock and pass the ball around and make the right basketball play. And we see this with VCU today.
Yes, and that's what you gotta love. If you're a VCU fan, this team has really completely changed their way of things here in the last year, and we knew that they were going to be something special, and we're getting a chance to see that today against this St. Louis team. But St. Louis is not giving up. They're not hiding. They have come to play here in this the beginning of this second half, and now the question is, can they get it a little bit closer? You hear the band going here. Right now, for people on the floor, this is your Legion Stores. Harbison with 11 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line with 2 rebounds. McHannon, 4 points right now, 2 for 3 from the field. Jeffries still with that 3 at the end of the first half. She's got 3 points. France had 7, 3 from 11 though. Francis struggled from the field a little bit, but she's still making those hustle plays out there for this team. On the VCU side, Robinson leading the way, 9 points, 4 for 11 from the field with 3 assists. Pressure for Maddox and Archie. Petra and Maddox has 2. Archie has 9. Hammond, who really has 4 points, and for whatever reason they said that she has 2, but that's okay. We know she's got 4. She's got a chance to make it 5 and 6 on this free throw attempts here. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the third period. And she makes it. 5 points here for Hammond. Five for 5 from the free throw line. It's a great start here for Hammond. And she's 6 for 6. Just a great job from the free throw line here for Hammond. 38-32, 6-point lead. Harbison up the floor, straight to the basket. No good rebound by VCU. Williams leading the break.
Oh, good
inside.
play.
The Maleska got it.
You got to love that.
Oh, great job there. Great effort there by Williams and Maleska. And it's 40-32. I got to say, Maleska has a very unique defensive stance. You know, if you watch, she's kind of up high with the stance. Shoulders kind of straight, hands a little bit lower than normal, but it does the job. I mean, this is probably the first person I've ever seen with that type of a defensive stance, but it definitely works for her. And we got to travel for France. It will be VCU basketball. 40-32, 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third period. Looks like we got Flowers back in the game here for St. Louis. Rebound advantage right now, 28-21, VCU. Turnovers, 8-6. VCU has 8 turnovers, St. Louis 6. Hammond inside with the right hand hook, and it goes in. Hammond is having herself quite the third quarter, sir.
She's picking up.
Just 8 points for her. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Flowers, and they're going to call travel on Flowers. Great job by Hammond standing her ground there and not being moved there by Flowers.
They collapsed down low, and that caused her to lose her cool down there, and she stumbled to feet a little bit.
So VCU takes it out. 10-point lead for the Rams. here with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Maleshka at the top of the key over to Maddox. Maddox dribbles on to the right side of the court, gives it to Petrova with the scoop layup, and that's going to hit off the.
That was a good basketball play. She saved it and bounced it right off of VCU. Billikens basketball.
Yeah, great job there by McMahon. Petrova tried to get that little scoop shot going, and that one bounced off the top of the backboard. Great hustle there by McMahon. 42-32. Rice is now in the game. Jeffries, Harbison, Flowers, and France for St. Louis. Petrova, Maleshka, Hammond, Maddox, and it's a steal by Maleshka.
They're running.
She's on the break. She's got a person with her. Nice pass to Maddox. Oh, Maddox says, wait a minute. I'm going to take it back out. She saw the height down there. She was like, I'm going to be smart about it. Maleshka for three. No good. Rebound. Harbison. And Harbison up the floor. Jeffries, one dribble, kicks it back out to Harbison. Harbison kicks it out on the left side to France, and she misses. And Francis really had a rough day shooting the basketball. 42-32, 10-point lead. And, I mean, it's just a rough day for 1 for 3 from three-point line, 3 for 12 today for France for St. Louis. Hammond inside. Nice pass there by Petrova. She got it. And that's why she is one of the best when it comes to free throw percentage.
And that was good body control down low. She used her body to try to box out, to get good position and down low. Easy layup.
And VCU has a 12-point lead. And Hammond just continues to thrive here. Tough one here. Driving in the inside is Rice.
It's like a little contact.
A little contact. Nothing called there. But Maleshka has it for VCU as she brings it up the floor. And looking for Robinson, ends up giving it over to Maddox in the right corner. Gives it down low to Maddox, down low to Hammond on the baseline. Trying to just show her dominance inside. She has been the spark for this VCU team in the third quarter, and they have a 14-point lead. I mean, Hammond has just really come to play here.
In the first half, it was Pasha Grover, and now Hammond.
Yeah.
They just don't have any answer for these big ladies down low.
I'm telling you, these young ladies have done a great job, and guess who's about to come back in the game? They give Hammond a blow here. Looks like Pasha Grover. I told you, you lose one problem, and you gain another one. That's the way it has been all game. Great job there by Hammond. And got to give Hammond credit where credit is due. She's come in 13 points. I still think they got her score wrong on that scoreboard. And if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But she's got 13 points in my opinion. So Pasha Grover's now in the matchup here for VCU. Harbison trying to drive to the basket, all types of contact. There's a scrum on the floor here between Rice, Archie, and Robinson.
But everybody wanted that basketball.
My basketball. That's what I tell my daughter. No matter what, you see that ball hit the floor, my basketball. That's right. My. That's the thought process when you're playing the game. If that ball's rolling in front of you, you better go after it. And that's what I preach to her. And that's what we saw there.
That definitely earns you points from the coach.
Yes, it does. Archie with the little 6-foot jumper, no good. Rolled off Harbison. Oh, almost banked that one in.
Close, but not close enough.
Yeah, not close enough. And that is it here for the third quarter. The score, VCU 47, St. Louis 32. What a quarter by Danielle Hammond. All right, everybody, we are back. It's the third quarter. We're about to head into the fourth quarter. End of the third quarter just happened. 47-32 VCU Lady Rams. What a great job by this Lady Rams team in this third quarter, led by Danielle Hammond.
Yeah, she was all over the place. She got to the free throw line a lot in that third quarter. And it was a tale of two halves again. Pasha Grover was the first in the first half, but Danielle Hammond, she definitely picked it up in the second.
Well, once again, the VCU team has found a way without their leading scorer to come in here and play great overall basketball, showing why they are currently the #1 team in the Atlantic 10 with a 5-1 record. Well, let's see what they can do here in the fourth quarter. The score, VCU 47, St. Louis 32. All right, y'all, we are back here. Fourth quarter action, 47-32, VCU up. St. Louis has the basketball here. And they're going to try to get things rocking to start it off, and France with the three from the right wing, no good.
They're trying to work fast. They climbed themselves into a bit of a hole here, down by 15.
And Robinson bringing up the floor. Good pressure here by McMahon. McMahon is always giving a tough one. Nice pass to Archie. Misses the short jumper inside the paint. But rebound VCU, and Petrova has it now. Being guarded by France. Maddox driving inside, and it's blocked by Flowers, but there's some contact there. And this one looks like they're going to send VCU to the line, and Maddox will be making her way to the line. Jalen Maddox, who, dealt with some injuries last year, a little bit of part of this year, has come in. It looks like she's, back into her role as a prime player on this team.
She's one of the glue guys, Darrell. She's a hard worker on the court. She's not worried about her stats either. She just wants to play hard and get victories.
And that's what it looks like right now. They got a 15-pointer lead here, and let's make it 16. 48-32, VCU here at home on this last Sunday in January. McMahon. Oh, nice move there by Harbison. To France. France has struggled all day to get things going for St. Louis, Ty. Just has struggled all day.
When that happens, you got to find other things to do to contribute to the team. It's not always about shooting, getting baskets. Try to get other people involved, hustle plays.
Being 3 for 13, and you hate to say it, but, do you feel like she may have hurt her team a little bit with her shooting performance?
That can happen sometimes, but sometimes the coach just wants you to keep shooting and you can find that shot throughout the game, but it hasn't happened for her today.
Well, they were down by 16 with 8 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the fourth.
Uh-oh.
Oh, McMahon takes and they're going to call blocking. And I couldn't catch that last part. I might have turned my head just a smidget, but they're going to call blocking on Maddox. Looks like her back foot may have been moving on that contact. 48-32, 16-point lead, 8 minutes and 38 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. And in the game now for St. Louis, looks like Clarke has made her way into the game. She's back in the game. Zars also back in the game here. McMahon, Harbison, and Flowers, the lineup right now for St. Louis. For VCU, Petrova, Archie, Pasha Grover, Robinson, and 2 points there. Flowers, what a great job.
They may have needed a little bit more of that earlier in the game. Only 8 minutes left in this fourth, down by 14.
If you're VCU, you got to continue what you've been doing all game. Such a great job so far. And Robinson, and they're going to go the other way on that one. Great job there by Clarke. Maya Clarke.
I don't agree with that call.
Felt like her foot was moving at the back of that one?
I did.
So 48-34, 14-point lead with 8 minutes and 3 seconds here left in the fourth quarter in this Atlantic 10 action. Gives it off to Zars. Zars kicks it out to McMahon in the left corner over to Harbison on the left wing. Clarke. There it is. She got Flowers. You got to make that. The opportunity was there. Great pass. Rounds up the floor here. Williams over to Archie. Archie swings it to Maddox on the right wing. She drives towards the basket, kicks it out to Williams, who's in the left corner. Gets it inside to Robinson on that low block. No good. Rebound, Pasha Grover. She just, not going to lie to you, she kind of soared. The 6'6" young lady soars to get the rebound, and guess who's coming back in? More trouble. And here comes Danielle Hammond.
The Billigans have had a hard time slowing down those two ladies this afternoon, and it's cost them. It's hurt them tremendously in this game.
I can't wait to talk to Coach O'Boyle and really hear what she has to say about her two centers this afternoon. 7 minutes left, though. It's still plenty of time here for St. Louis to make a move. Archie driving to the basket. Ooh, nice block there. She might have been moving a little bit on that. Williams trying to get inside of Haddis. Covington stolen. Harbison. McMahon over to Jeffries. Jeffries being guarded by Robinson. Tight defense here by Robinson. Kicks it over to Clarke. Clarke being guarded by Archie. Nice little move, going to the basket, lost control. Archie gets it and takes a little bit of a bump. She's limping a little bit, Ty. But it looks like she's all right. Inside to Hammond. Hammond, oh, man, with the Mutombo. I was trying to get it out there. That Dikembe had a little bit of that old school McKembe in there with the step there, and she's going to go to the line. And she's been dominant from the line today as she's 5 for 5 from the line today. Hammond. Oh, she misses her first free throw today.
Those knees didn't get bent as much as they should have been, so it cost.
They've actually done pretty good from the free throw line today before that point. They were 10 for 13 before she missed that one. So pretty solid percentage. And she missed the second one. Wow.
Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in.
Oh, I mean, she just got off the bench. She should be rested. That's just my opinion on that one. Oh, man. Maybe she is fatigued. I'll take that back. She tripped on that one. And Jeffries with the three, no good rebound, VCU. Williams up the floor, and she slows the pace down. And so now Williams is just slowing it down, trying to get things, just killing that clock. And she gives it over to Robinson on the right wing. Oh, nice pass to Hammond, and she's not going to be able to finish that one. Maybe a little contact, but look at Robinson hustling on the floor. And they're going to call timeout. VCU. Coach O'Boyle was like, wait a minute. Robinson worked hard for that one. So we got a full timeout on the floor. 5 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock. 48-34 VCU. And this fourth quarter so far, both teams kind of struggling so far in this fourth quarter.
They have, Darrell, and I think both teams are just ready for this game to be over with.
Yeah, if I'm St. Louis right now, and we talked about, like, St. Louis is a team that is not in a bad spot. They've got an opportunity to still make a run. They've done it a few times in this game. But who would you like to see step up?
For St. Louis?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be Miss Carrie McMahon. She's the hustle player for this team. She's a senior. She knows the game. Her basketball IQ is out of the charts. So they need to put the ball in her hand and let her make plays for the Billikens team.
Yeah, they need a spark. They need a spark, and they need it quick. They need somebody who can come in and give them that little spark. Maybe a little, 6 or 8 point run just to get them really back in that mix and put a little pressure on this VCU team. But at this point right now, VCU, the way it's setting up for them, they can kind of continue to play. They played even though struggling here in this fourth quarter, they can continue to play this way and still win this ball game. But we'll see what they can do here. 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in this ball game.
St. Louis, they may want to take a page out of VCU's book and use a little bit of havoc defense on them.
Yeah.
Kind of slow them down, get them out of their rhythm, make it hard for them.
Now, why not? And then we get a little love here from Rodney DeRam. I still got to get Rodney to dance, man. I tell you what, if you've been to a VCU game, you see Rodney, he's out here, all the news dance crazy, he's getting it in, I think I probably should take dancing lessons from Rodney. I feel like I can get better if I get to that point,
Yeah, nice little dance off.
Yeah, him and the Richmond Spider. Maybe we can get that together, like the battle of the mascots here when they play here. I think February the 13th. I don't know if I can't remember the first game's here or if it's at the Robins Center. But regardless, it's going to be a doozy. All right, so here we go. And Maleska gets the jump shot on the baseline. It's an air ball. Here comes the Billikens. And the Billikens up the floor. Jeffries driving. Nice little kick. Out to Rice. The right wing. Gives it over back to Jeffries in the right corner, who drives towards the basket. Suffocating defense once again by Taya Robinson. McMahon driving. Oh, nice spin move. Oh, man.
Couldn't finish.
I'm going to tell you what. She had Lynn Flores right there. Nice jump shot. The redshirt freshman from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, had an opportunity, couldn't put it in.
Shout out to Carrie, though. That was a really nice basketball play, setting her up for that shot. Although it was a miss, she made the right basketball play. She did,
and I mean, just a great. And you talked about how important she would be here in this last few minutes to try to get this spark going. She set it up, but if you're a teammate of hers, you got to make those plays happen. The seniors put you in a good spot. Got to make it happen. 48-34, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this ball game. Unless St. Louis can go on a magical run, this is starting to look like VCU's game. Haddis Covington dribbles over, gives it to Maleska, down low to Hammond. Little contact, and they're going to say she danced a little. And it's going to be St. Louis basketball.
Cupid shuffle.
Yeah, shuffle. Down. All right, so McMahon takes it up the floor here for the Billikens. Gets it over to Rice. Chloe Rice has it. Swings it over to Jeffries. Jeffries a little bit of a move, trying to get it inside to Lynn Flores. Oh, nice pass by Lynn Flores to Rice. And that one bounces off the front of the rim. That three-point attempt. And here comes Nair Williams up the floor for VCU. A little trickery there. Gave him a little speed and then pulled it back out. Try to kill some more clock here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Gives it over to Haddis Covington. Haddis Covington down low to Maleska. Ooh, and she bulldozed McMahon, and that's going to be St. Louis basketball.
That was a no-brainer. That was an easy call.
Still a 14-point game. We haven't had a basket in a few minutes here. And looks like we got a timeout. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to today's broadcast. I got to get better at that. No matter, you see the arena, you see all the darkness, I'm like, it's got to be dark outside. But nevertheless, thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast here from the Siegel Center. The goal, hopefully, we'll be bringing you some action next week from Richmond, as the Richmond Spiders have a contest on Super Bowl Sunday at 12 o'clock. Both teams will be playing. VCU plays I believe, Massachusetts. They play St. Joe's next week on Super Bowl Sunday at St. Joe's. But at 12 o'clock, the Richmond women take on UMass at the Robins Center. So we'll see what we can do there. Probably bring you some action from there.
Super Bowl Sunday coming up around. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl this year?
Well, I look at the Super Bowl and I say I got half of it right, so I'm excited about that. But you pick the Patriots, people laugh at you. It's like, okay, you pick the Patriots. They're in the Super Bowl every year. Third straight year. I'm going to be honest with you. I got a vibe about this one. I think it's coming full circle for Tom Brady. This is his year to win the Super Bowl, get number 6, have the most all-time for an individual player, tie the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6, which will make Steelers fans highly upset because they can't scream about being the number 6 anymore, so that's going to make them a little bit upset. But the question is, if he does, will he retire or will he not? I feel like if it's an individual thing for him, he'll retire this year. If not, and he wants to get the Patriots as number 7 Super Bowl ring just to add to his resume, bam.
The guy has nothing left to prove. He's already proven that he's the greatest of all time. Yes, I said it, the greatest of all time.
I can't argue. We might get yelled at for that, but I can't argue. We are back to action here. 48-34. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left. And St. Louis has it. Rice being guarded by Maleska. Here comes Williams coming with a double team. Great job there. Oh, nice pass to Harbison. Oh, in the lane with the nice layup.
They made him pay.
It's a 12-point game. 48-36, 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Time is ticking here for St. Louis. They need some more things to happen for them on defense. And I thought they were calling travel that first time.
They're going to talk about this.
And it is. There it is. Maleska took an extra step, and Sydney Archie will make her way back into the game. And Coach O'Boyle just letting Maleska know, it's all right, we got you. Getting a little calm on the floor here. Great coaching move right there. You don't get to see that often. Sometimes coaches just get upset and let the assistants handle it. It's like, nope, I'm going to talk to you myself. All right, McMahon over to Jeffries. Good defense there by Haddix Covington. Rams have the ball. 48-36. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock here. VCU trying to put this one away and get their 6th victory in the A-10, win number 14 on the year. Building quite the tournament resume.
Indeed they are. They should be very interesting to watch this year in the A-10 tournament.
Hammond with the jumper. Takes a bounce off the rim. Good rebound by Archie. Then it's blocked by Lynn Flores. St. Louis takes control. Harbison in the lane. Got it. And this last few plays has been the Harbison show. This is a 10-point game. 48-38.
A very smooth play by Harbison. She used a screen and she got an easy layup there in transition.
She's got 17 today, leading all scorers. She's 7 for 14 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. She's got 3 rebounds with 2 assists. And that's why she's number 4 in the conference.
Basically doing it all for this team today. They may come up short this afternoon, but she's definitely a player to watch out for.
She will be a player to watch out for. I think that if you're St. Louis, you put the ball in her hands and see what happens at this point, and let her create between her and McMahon. And if those two can figure something out here, 10 points, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. And I'm not trying to bring this up to VCU fans because I know they'll probably get upset. But the last time, last year when they were playing Richmond, they were up by 10 with 2 minutes to go, and Richmond came back and won that game. So if you're VCU, you got to do what it takes to get this victory tonight. Kill the clock, whatever. But you got to take your time. And Robinson.
They've done a good job knocking down their free throws this afternoon. Maybe they'll look to do that again.
Exactly. And Haddix Covington has it, and we've got a foul. 2 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. 48-38 here. VCU has a chance. Kill a little bit more time off this clock. Shot clock at 27, so plenty of time here.
Myra's taking her time on offense, too, so this is definitely a good thing for VCU. Just a little over 2 minutes to go.
So Archie has it. She's being guarded by Harbison, and they're going to call foul here, and this might be on Rice. This is going to be on Chloe Rice, and this is her first. Oh, no, excuse me. This is her 3rd foul. And so Sydney Archie will head to the line. Archie, who, started this game off right for VCU. She's got 10 points on the day. Another player we talked about at the beginning of the game that had to step up. And she's done just that. And the free throw is good. It's 11 points for Archie. 50-38. VCU up by 12, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Harbison. Inside to Lynn Flores, and she is just knocked to the floor. That was a tough fall there. She seems all right, though. She seems chipper about it. And Hammond is called for the foul. And the VCU faithful said she flopped. I don't know about all that. But, I mean, hey, you got to love the dedication. And she misses the first.
Well, they say ball never lies, so.
That's right. That's right. You tell it, Tony.
Oh, she missed the second.
Oh, nice one-hand rebound there by Maddox. And the Rams pushing it up the floor. Minute 55 left as they're tick-tock, trying to kill it to get the win number 14. Williams hand off to Robinson. She quickly gives it to Maddox. Good ball movement here as they continue to kill the clock. 8 seconds left on the shot clock with a minute 39. Robinson, jump shot, free throw line, no good. The hustle play by Haddix Covington, and St. Louis will get the ball as Lynn Flores will take it. Harbison, McMahon, pump fake by France. Back to McMahon, over to Harbison at the top of the key. France for three. And, Williams is called for the foul there on McMahon. She's like, come on, bro. She didn't seem thrilled about it at all. And she's talking to Coach Boyd. Like, I didn't do it, Coach. I just didn't. And now McMahon, who's had a tough game herself, has been out there doing it on all different fronts.
2 important free throws to knock down.
Yes. You'd rather have your senior at the line. She makes the first. From Novi, Michigan, the senior. I will tell you one thing, and this is just being a fan of the game, going to miss seeing her next year.
Agreed. Like I said, we need more players like her, hard, scrappy players, willing to do whatever it takes to get a victory.
And now we're heading into the final minute 19, Ty. What are your thoughts on this game overall at this point in time?
This game seems to be over. I think if VCU can just kill the clock, take care of the basketball, they'll walk away with a victory.
Well, we'll see what they got going on here next. VCU, very, 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 very interesting schedule coming up here in the next few games. They've got some tough ones coming their way as they take on Massachusetts, which, that one they should win. They got Massachusetts, they got St. Joe's, St. Bonaventure, then they got a rematch with Richmond, and then they got a really tough part of their schedule where they've got Dayton on February 14th, then they take on George Mason, Duquesne, and then they travel to St. Louis. So this is not the last time they will see each other, but they got some doozies coming up here. The Duquesne and the Dayton one will be ones to watch out for VCU.
Maybe an ultimate test for this VCU Lady Rams team. They've been playing so well this year, and this would be a good test to see how much improved they are from last year.
Now, the only loss the Rams have so far in the conference is to George Washington, the defending A-10 tournament champions.
Using the trap defense. Havoc.
Hell yeah. Just using their own medicine. Look at Williams just doing a great job of breaking that press. And she's going to get fouled. Minute and 11 left. And so Williams will head to the line. It's quite funny. She's the only person that has played today that has not scored until just now. Until just now. So, I mean, she's what people don't realize about Naira, she's kind of one part of that glue that kind of holds this team together. She doesn't, she's not the scorer that, most people want her to be, but when it comes to assists, when it comes to, getting steals, she's that, one of those top players in the conference at that assist-to-turnover ratio, and she's just going to give you great play every time. That ball's loose, and they're going to say backcourt violation. St. Louis slowly here with a minute and 2. This one's almost in hand here. Maleshka comes in. So Maleshka, Maddox, Robinson, Haddix, Covington in the game for VCU. Harbison, Clarke, France, McHannon, and Flowers in the game for St. Louis. Another foul. Anyway, you gotta love the VCU faithful. I mean, they come in droves and they're dedicated, men's and women. I like what I've seen. Both teams are doing well, and crowd participation's been fantastic.
That's just what I was about to say, Dio. The crowd, judging just from last year to this season, is increased tremendously, and you have to be appreciative for these fans coming out every week to show support and love for these Lady Rams.
Well, they've done their deed, and they always said winning cures all, and it looks like it's doing that for the VCU Rams. Minute left in this contest, and what a game has been. France
fouled on the 3.
Williams is just like, I don't even know where y'all see this foul at, but
that's a coach's worst nightmare. As you see, Coach Bethel Boyle making substitutions already just after that play.
I'll be honest with you. I felt like France kind of just hummed that bad boy up there. I mean, she continues to struggle, and to me, that was just a really bad shot selection. I mean, you shot it from Steph Curry range, and to be honest with you, the way you shot today, that's probably something you shouldn't have done. But, I mean, like you said earlier, if Coach says keep shooting and get out the funk, you got to do what you got to do.
And these games happen to players every once in a while. They just bad shooting night from the field, and it happens, unfortunately, but she'll bounce back from this.
Well, the senior from Wascara, Indiana, will find her way back. And, Jordan France, we saw her play last year in the A-10 tournament. She had a pretty good game there. She just tough all the way around. So, I mean, like I said, I don't think this is the last time. They will see each other again in St. Louis in the final game of the regular season. So,
and to get out of these shooting funks, Darrell, you got to try to get to the free throw line or try to get closer to the basket to get a much higher field goal percentage shot for it.
Exactly. You got to get your rhythm back. Try to get things going from there. When you got those two things going for you, and it works like magic usually. But right now, VCU with 55.4 seconds is just trying to close this one out and get ready for Wednesday versus UMass. And that UMass contest will be here on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And there's a foul. Williams will be heading to the free throw line. And another great team victory for VCU. I mean, with this 53 seconds left and no Tara Reid today, and you thought, and I personally thought it would make, a pretty huge difference. But you know what? Not that much.
Agreed.
And this is not trashing Miss Reid, because Miss Reid has been phenomenal, but what does this say for you as a team when you can lose your star and can come in and do good things?
This says a lot. It speaks volume for this VCU Ladies Rams team. They came in here without Tara Reid, and they were still able to win convincingly, Darrell. So this is ultimately going to give Tara even more confidence in her teammates, so she can trust them more. She can lean more upon them because she can't do it alone.
Well, I mean, it's funny because we spoke to her in the post game last time, and we said, Tara, she had her career high in 3-pointers that night, and you can see the smile on her face, completely different than what we saw last year from VCU, and you can just see a different energy level, and so it's good to see her and this program turning around, and they're in good shape for a while.
And VCU struggled last year, unfortunately, but this year it's a completely different turnaround for this Lady Rams team. So it seems like more they're having fun now rather than just coming out here and just doing what they need to do.
I'm going to tell you why there's a lot of confidence in the next few years in this team. I'm going to read this off for you. Each player, junior, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, junior, sophomore, junior, sophomore, freshman, junior, sophomore. Do you see a senior on that team?
Nobody.
No. But next year they're going to have quite a bit of seniors. You don't see them right now, but it's coming. So the next 2 years they should be in really good shape here for the VCU Rams.
Agreed. Next year is the year that they can really put all this together, put the puzzles to the pieces together. Pieces to the puzzle together, rather.
Yeah, and then really, I feel like they can really turn it up next year with what they got coming on here. And Reed's a sophomore. I mean, she's got 2 more years, and you look at her, and, Pasha Grover, she's a sophomore. Hammond's a junior. Laura Thompson, who didn't play tonight. A highly touted freshman that they got from Texas. She played the last few games, and she's made an impact. So, we're going to see more and more and more from this team, and that's what I like. I'm excited for VCU basketball the next few years.
Not only are we excited, but I think the fans are excited too as we look here in the crowds. everybody's dancing, smiling, having a good time, and enjoying watching their Lady Rams play.
Exactly. So here we go, 48 seconds. It's been the longest minute I've seen in a while here. You know, they were fouling, and now it looks like the St. Louis has called off the Hound Dogs when it comes to the fouling thing. Williams is slowing it up here. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 34 seconds left in this contest as Williams holding on to it. And less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Williams driving to the basket, kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson drives in the lane, and no good. Rebound by Flowers, 20 seconds left, and the Billikens up the floor. France for three, got it. And finally got that three. She hadn't got one since the first quarter, and she finally gets another, and it's 55-47.
And coaches love that, you know, for a player to struggle in a game and to finish the game off strong so they can convert that over to their next game. That's just what they need.
You know, she, like I said, we knew she struggled today. 2 for 9 for 3. 2 for 9 for 3, but she hits it, and they're only down by 8. I mean, you know, it's still feasible. We've seen Reggie Miller do it. So it's still feasible, but until that clock is finally hit, you know, the final straw, we'll go from there.
A good coach in the NBA, Coach Brett Brown of the Philadelphia 76ers, he once said it's never over until it's over. So you got to wait till that clock hits 0 till you can let off the foot on the gas.
As they say, until the fat lady sings, if she hasn't sung yet, you better hold off just a little bit. And all right, man, it's been a absolute gem of a game so for both teams. You know, putting in a great battle, just great A-10 action. I mean, like I said, we had an honor last year of calling a lot of these teams' games in the tournament. And so it's good to see that they're out there hustling and bustling once again. 16 seconds left. VCU up 55-47. And Haddix Covington will take it out here for the Lady Rams. Gives it over to Maddox. And intensify the defense here. And it looks like we're going back to fouls. Both teams are in the bonus. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, you know, if you're Haddix Covington, you need to make these free throws.
You do. The game's in single digits deficit right now.
Exactly. So. I mean, if France still has the confidence, she's going to pull a three. And she hit that last one, and who knew, you know, that, like you said, it takes some time sometimes. If she gets in there and she hits it, don't be surprised she comes in here and hit another. And she makes both. That should do it. I'd be shocked. Hammond.
Handle the business on the offensive end now. They just got to get a stop.
McMahon over to France.
Oh,
blocked by Maleshka.
And she's loving it. You can tell. You can tell.
The block was kind of easy on that 1-4.
Civil the deal.
All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, here from VCU. Final score, VCU 57, St. Louis 47. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it here from the Siegel Center. Final score, VCU 57, St. Louis 47. They came in and did what they had to do today. No Tara Reid. Well, we're going to be all right, Ty.
No Tara Reid, no problem. As we saw in today's matchup for VCU, they had a lot of people stepping up from Taya Robinson to Jalen Maddox. But a big shout out to Pasha Grova, if I pronounce
there
that
you go.
correct.
I see you. Ty got it, Pasha Grova. I see you.
And Danielle Hammond. They were killing it on the boards today rather.
Yeah, big night for both of them. I believe Pasha Grova, if I'm not mistaken here, I think Pasha Grova had 7 points tonight. Hammond, she had 11 points. You had Archie, she kicked in. She had herself quite a game today. Robinson, just a great team effort for VCU. They play Massachusetts on Wednesday night here. Should be an interesting game on Wednesday night with Massachusetts. But I'll be honest with you, it'll be hard for me to see them lose to Massachusetts. Massachusetts is still trying to get themselves together as a ball club. All right, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. Legacy Maker Sports Network. We're going to bring you the post game here in just a little bit. I'm Darrell Owens, along with Ty Montgomery. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
We're 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. How important is it to you and obviously your teammates to keep to keep hitting from the free throw line tonight? Because you did a great job now. What were your thoughts at the line tonight? How'd you feel?
Well, I've been struggling from the free throw line for the past couple games, so I've been just working on it. So I think I was pretty confident walking up to the free throw line this game, and it's big because down the stretch we need these free throws in closer games. So I was just trying to make sure I got my touch right.
Piggybacking a little bit here, Hammond and Grove had a great game inside today. Knowing that you had, both of your centers rocking and rolling and getting into their groove, what were your thoughts on their play overall down low? Because it felt like they were dominating, rebounding. I mean, they just had a little bit of everything going.
Yeah, we're like Rocky, right? We're the 1-2 punch. We start, with the American and then the Russian, and they just go at it. No, both Sophie and Danny, have been doing fantastic for us. I think, Sophie had struggled in the last couple games, and it was great just to see her be aggressive because from a defensive standpoint, she has been such a huge part of our success so far. And I think sometimes you get caught up in it's just about scoring, and she really rebounds and defends. But today she just did a little bit of everything, and it's just great to see that our five's playing so well.